Hello folks, shintigercurl here again, that dude in the straw hat here with another wrestling review. I'm of course joined by my roommate and all-around minion, Joe. Say hi, Joe. He's in a good mood tonight. And why? Because tonight is a special 3-hour Raw, and I will try to get as much of this in as I possibly can. And why is it a 3-hour Raw? Because it's time for the WWE SLAMMIES. And you all remember the apocalypse of suck that was the SLAMMIES last year. So, how will this year do? Well, let's get right into it. The SLAMMIES opens with former WCW heavyweight champion David Arquette. Yes, you heard me. I said former WCW champion David Arquette. For those of you who are not in the know, David Arquette is a comedic actor who was married to former Friends superstar Courtney Cox. He starred in a few good movies like the Scream movies and of course the abysmal Ready to Rumble movie. And yes, he was for a time WCW heavyweight champion. It's a very bad thing that wrestling fans don't like to talk about. So he comes out. I'm checking my notes. He comes out, and he comes out to this raspy heel voice. I don't know what the hell he was trying, but it just got on my nerves. I think he was trying to be heel, and it really got on my nerves. So anyway, first award of the night, shocker of the year, of course, goes to the debut of Nexus. I have to agree with this because the Nexus debut was one of the most talked about things that wrestling fans could ever talk about because you didn't see it coming, it came kind of completely out of nowhere, and it's still one of the hottest storylines going today in professional wrestling. Megatron, aka Wade Barrett, comes out to accept the award. When the Raw he comes out and starts pontificating about how he made Nexus and how he alone will decide the future of Nexus and John Cena. When the Raw GM chimes in, and of course CM Punk asks, can he read it because people like it when he reads it. The Raw GM says that Barrett must wrestle a former world champion in the Big Show. The match is over pretty quickly, and it's nothing to write home about. Barrett walks out of the match and gets counted out, resulting in Big Show winning. This was a throwaway match. I really didn't care for it, and it's skippable. It does nothing for the storyline, so skip it. Let's see what else. I'm looking at my notes. Next up, we have what is this? Next up, we have another award being presented by Kelly Kelly and Tyson Kidd with his new bodyguard, the big, tall drink of water, also known now as Jackson Andrews. They're here to present. Tyson cuts a decent promo till they time to cut for another despicable. They cut for another award, which is the Despicable Me Award, for the most despicable son of a bitch in professional wrestling in the last year. That award goes to CM Punk for making Rey Mysterio's daughter cry. Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that, Joe? He's a punk mark. But this was a very well-deserved honor, as Punk has been absolutely golden as a heel, and it shows in his ring work. It shows not only in his ring work, but his commentary. So, kudos to Punk. And I pity whoever he's talking about when he made his acceptance speech. So, I say it's Cena because he fucked with his diet soda. Anyway, moving on. Looking at my notes. Next we have a interpromotional tag team match between SmackDown's Kofi Kingston teaming up with Daniel Bryan with the Bellas against the Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler with Vicky Guerrero and Ted DiBiase Jr. and Marseille. Now, of course, the odd man out here is Ted, since he's now doing his best Randy Orton impression, and it's his ring style is just boring. He's just a boring person overall, and it's beginning to show. Match ends with I think Kofi landing a pinfall over Ted Jr. Again, another throwaway match. I wouldn't really watch it. I mean, it could have been better. So okay, I'm checking my notes. Let's see. We're moving on. Trying to be quick here. The next Slammie goes to the guest host moment of the year. And that goes to, controversially, one of the more controversial Slammies goes to Pee Wee Herman. Now, I will admit Pee Wee was very entertaining on his stint on Raw as the guest host, but a lot of people felt that William Shatner deserved the award, considering he did spoken word versions of a lot of the WWE theme songs. And I kind of agree. I was okay with Pee Wee winning at first, but now I'm seeing where they're coming from. The Shat should have won. He's the Shat. Okay, next up. Let's see. Come on. This. Let's see what we got here. Okay, next match we have is Dashing Cody Rhodes versus the World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry. Now, at first I thought it was going to be a squash match for Mark Henry, but then I remember the position that Mark Henry is in now. Cody throws one of his famous fits where he gets pissed at someone for touching his face, which he uses to his advantage to throw Mark off balance. He hits him with a beautiful disaster, lays him out on the ring, and hits him with a knee in the back. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes wins. This was a big upset victory for Cody, since the last time he fought Mark Henry, he got crushed. So, I'd say good for him. And he's certainly using that dashing gimmick of his to full extent. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. I'm trying. Please excuse me if I'm taking too long. Let's see. I'm just trying to review my notes. This is a 3-hour show. Let's see. Then they get to one that I personally felt was one of the worst given Slammies. It was the holy shit move of the year. And that move went to John Cena FUing Batista off a car through the stage. Now that was good in itself, but it went up against Randy Orton hitting the shooting star KO on Evan Bourne. Why? Just why? Randy deserved to win that one. But anyway, since John is still technically fired, Barrett comes out, takes the Slammie, and says that he will give his decision on Cena's future if only Cena comes to the ring. So Cena comes from the audience, gets in the ring. The rest of Nexus come out, and Barrett says that Cena is rehired under 2 conditions. One, that he meets Wade Barrett this Sunday at TLC in a chairs match, 1-on-1. He agrees to it. And 2, that he faces David Otunga tonight, 1-on-1. And of course, he leaves the ring and lets Nexus welcome him back by beating the ever-loving tar out of him. And then Barrett comes out, hits him with a couple of times with the chair. This would normally take a normal man out, not Cena. You seem to forget that he's Super Jesus. Let's see. We're moving on. Moving on. David Arquette returns in a gaudy outfit, and he's really working my nerves. He returns for the shocking face moment of the year, and that goes, of course, to the Demon Miz girl, who was actually there to accept the award. She gets the award and starts talking when the Miz and Alex Riley come out. The Miz just is all in her face, and he literally takes her slammie because he felt he deserved it. And while he's pontificating, she shoots him another evil glare of his, and just I honestly think she really fucking hates him. Watch your back, Miz. So Miz, Riley, and for some reason David Arquette are hamming it up for the audience when the Raw GM chimes in and says that tonight both he and Randy will both be facing a former champion tonight. The Miz's former champion opponent, Rey Mysterio. Of course, people think it's going to be another Rey Mysterio burial until Alberto Del Rio comes out. He's like, I don't think so, little Chihuahua. I've got my eye on you. Yes. Blink. So, it was a pretty decent match, very high-paced. Of course, Alberto Del Rio interferes, which results in The Miz getting a win over him. And, of course, it involves Cole sucking the ever-loving shit out of his cock. Ray runs after Del Rio, and we fade out with The Miz holding his title with his two bitches aside of him. 3 bitches if you count Cole. But just before they head to a commercial break, the Raw GM chimes in and says that he is announcing that Randy Orton will face, in a handicap match, Alex Riley and the former WCW champion David Arquette. Now that was pretty awesome right there. That's classic. I really wanted to see David Arquette get what's coming to him for the way he's been acting like this. Let's see, what else do we have? Come on, where are you? Oh yeah, Edge comes out to introduce the Meltdown of the Year, which he's nominated for, and which leads him to introduce, saying that he needs someone to help him, give out this award, someone to, just to have good chemistry with. And who else comes out but Christian? That's right, for one night only, ENC. Edge and Christian back together again for the benefit of those for flash photography. So they have some comedy bits, and of course the Meltdown of the Year went to Edge for him destroying the PC that belonged to the Raw GM. There's some more comedy bits, and he comes out with the greatest line of the night and says, "Michael Cole, you are a tool," which causes Michael Cole to have a meltdown, ironically. So, kudos to you, Edge and Christian. Thank you for that little bit of comedy. And that's the closest thing we'll have to an Edge and Christian reunion. Next up, we have Lord King Lobsterhead, Sheamus, go up against John Morrison in their rubber match. Already out of the gate, these two are beating the ever-loving hell out of each other. The rules be damned. The ref throws the match out. Raw GM comes in and he says that because they can't sell this in the old-fashioned way, they're going to sell it at TLC. And to sweeten the pot, the winner will face the WWE champion. And to do it, they have to climb a ladder and get the contract down. That's right. Morrison, Sheamus, ladder match. And already everyone's salivating over the potential of John Morrison versus The Miz for the WWE title. I can't wait. They better do this because I can't wait for this. Let's see. What's next on the list? Let's see. Let's see. JTG and William Regal present the what is it? Some award for guest host line or something or other. And nominated was